Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver.
Good morning, Bix Weir. Roadroo.com with your morning one of these. Your sip of chaga coffee. Look what we got. Who's back in town? Silver Warriors. Silver Knights are here. Big spike up in silver and then a slam down. This is what bottoming looks like, because what the bad guys are trying to do is get out of their short positions, and they just wish there were people ready to take over their short positions, but there aren't. So there's only a few ways that those can go away. And we're talking, I think the top 8 have close to almost 400 million ounces of short position. I think it's like 380 now, actually. They've done well to get rid of quite a few. I'm going to talk about who they are in just a second, who the latest crop is. And all those people who say, oh my God, the Rothschild family owns the banking system. You are correct. And it's much deeper and much wider than you can even imagine. But who controls the Rothschilds? Dick Allgaier. No, not Dick himself. He knows who the bad guys are. Why doesn't his source turn in the bad guys? Why do we have to bend over and take it? We are not. We are not. We rise up. We fight for what we need. We fight for our lives. We fight for our country. God bless America. God bless the human race. These people are not human for the most part. So let's get into this. Silver busts through $25. Oh my God, you should get all the metal you can in your own possession while you can. Send Andy Schectman an email, Andy, A-N-D-Y, @milesfranklin.com. Make your last purchases while silver is below $1,000 an ounce. There's the only way to stop it from going over into the thousands, close to 1-to-1 gold-silver ratio, is to continue the rigging job. They need a little physical silver for that. Not a lot. Not a lot, mind you. They're trading 1 billion ounces, 500 million to 1 billion ounces every day on the COMEX, which is just insane. It's sad for America to watch, but it is what it is. As I've said many times, I wish I'd never heard of silver until today. And I spent everything on silver today and Theta. Oh, check out my Theta shirt. I told you so, baby. This is so awesome. Can you see the bottom? Theta bling. Yeah, all those people who said, most crypto people don't know how Theta is so important to their own portfolio. Without Theta, Bitcoin goes to zero. Without Theta, Litecoin goes to zero. Without Theta, XRP goes to zero. You cannot have a cryptocurrency system without a fast and widespread broadband access. And that is going away so fast. There is only one way to fix it, and it has been patented. It's through the Theta protocol, downloading the Theta edge node on your computers. Make some Theta fuel. Go Theta, go Theta, go Theta, go. As far as the wallet issue, I'm hearing it's a DDoS attack or some, probably the bad guys trying to attack it. The bad guys in crypto I'm talking about. They'll get by it. It's not affecting the blockchain. Keep that in mind. It's not affecting your coins, just what you see. It's a display issue on your wallet. I heard if you get rid of your VPN, the wallet has no problem. So it might be that you got to get rid of your VPN while you are dealing in Theta. But I also know they're doing a whole lot right now with the wallet, including adding one-click not master nodes, one-click nodes, Guardian nodes, to the mobile device, which would be really cool. And that might be part of the issue too. Or it could be Coinbase, or it could be the 100 other things that Theta's doing. Yes, Theta's under $12 right now. You should be buying that with both fists. Which one first? If you don't know anything about crypto, start with silver. And then you get rich off silver, and then you can go buy a Theta. That's the plan. All right, here's where we are. I'm going to walk you through some stuff that has been revealed just recently, especially by John Adams down in Australia, about what the Perth Mint is doing. And the people, the Rothschilds are involved. They're hiding. They're obfuscating. They're doing the dance they always do. The shell game is on. And silver has nothing to do. The price of silver has nothing to do with the availability of silver. So I hope that's obvious to everybody. Remember, the price of silver has nothing to do with the physical availability of silver, but it does shine a light on the shell game, and that light is being shown really brightly right now, and I'm going to show you what these bastards are doing. I had a brief discussion, with Cliff via email about whether or not Bitcoin Ben, Cliff was hearing the same thing, that the Fed is going to soak up all these derivatives. I don't see that happening. Well, first of all, I come from an understanding that the Fed wants to destroy the system. And the good guys at the Fed at least want the system to go down. It's unsustainable. It's not in the advantage of the United States anymore. Why would they allow this criminal system to keep going if it wasn't to our advantage? Having said that, they want a smooth transition. And Ben was always like, well, Ben was more like the crypto backed, and those guys are going to soak up the derivatives. I didn't believe that, and that is proving not to be true. Cliff was like the Fed. The Fed's going to soak up all the derivatives. Now, they already do soak up a lot of derivatives. Absolutely. Behind the scenes, you don't even know what they're doing. But the evidence on the ground does not show a shrinking bank derivative book, as a matter of fact. And in the most critical areas, gold and in silver, it shows a hugely increasing derivative book. So here's all the derivatives. It kind of looks flat as we go through. This is 2000. Ever since 2014, it was going down, and in 2016, something changed, and it started rising again. It might be that they implemented the Perth leasing programs again, the allocated pooled accounts. I'll get to that in a second. But it is not shrinking, clearly, and it looks like it's going up year on year. We don't have, if you average these all together, it's probably right in there. Maybe it's going down a little bit, but it's pretty much flat. And this is just the commercial U.S. banks. So it's not the banks. They're not getting out of the derivative business, clearly. And total notional is up at $165 trillion, which is crazy. Just four of the banks are that big orange line. And those banks are JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, and Goldman. Those are the the top four criminals. Now, this is where they are getting out of. That's the credit default swaps. Clearly, they saw there was a problem in 2007, 2008 when Blythe Masters blew this bubble to the hilt and then backed out before the crash. And then she ran JP Morgan's derivative book for their gold and silver. Blythe Masters should be in jail. She should be not. Nobody's really seen much of her since she was removed from her, Digital Assets Corporation job, where she was going to turn the DTCC into a crypto derivative joke. She was removed from that, and nobody's seen her quite as often. Let's see. But let me show you the gold and silver derivatives, which are clearly not going down. Here we go. Now, a while back, this is from the OCC, the Office of Comptroller of Currencies. A while back, they moved gold out of the precious metals category into the interest rates and foreign exchange because gold is so important. But clearly, the amount of derivatives in gold and FX right here is continuing to climb at the banks. So it is not the case that the Fed is soaking up these derivatives, these are still continuing to climb on the books of the likes of JP Morgan and Goldman and things like that. And so that's clear that it's not being, in the gold, at least in the foreign exchange and gold, it is not being taken over by the Fed, at least not yet. But this is the big one. This is other precious metals. Mainly the majority of this is silver. Look at this massive spike in silver. Massive in 2019, and then 2020 and 2021 will be even bigger. This is where we kill the banks. I've been saying it. That's just why the silver is the bank killer. They can't get rid of their derivative position, and it is just growing immensely. And this is just the banksters. This is silver. Look at that. That is not the Fed soaking up a derivative position. That is the banksters holding on for dear life, hodling their derivative position in silver. So really interesting stuff. But overall, JP Morgan is whittling down their derivatives, down 10 billion in the last year. 10 trillion, excuse me. I lose track of trillions, and look at this. Their total assets at JP Morgan are 3 trillion, but they're allowed to place 46 trillion in side bets. Welcome to America. That's nothing. Goldman Sachs total assets 271 billion, and they have 42 trillion in derivative side bets. That's an accident waiting to happen. Just waiting to happen. Anyway, you can find that at the OCC. I want to show you some more stuff. Since 2011, the price of silver, when it spiked at $50, you would think that silver, it hasn't done anything really. Gone from $50 down to $25 and stayed at $25. It went to $50 because J.P. Morgan put their guy Bill Daley as Obama's chief of staff. Bill Daley was the head of the J.P. Morgan SWAT team, is what Jamie Dimon called him. Put him as the chief of staff for Barack Obama just to rig the price of silver up at the beginning of 2011, and then we had the silver smash and rig it down, and then he left office with silver at $25. Job well done. You destroyed sentiment, which started the silver bear market. And we are right there in charge. But you would think that with all this action we see in silver, silver would be booming. No, it's not. It's being held at the same spot because of all the derivatives. Now, look at all the silver that has come into the vaults. For ETFs, this is COMEX vaulted silver in New York. This is just in New York. Massive amounts of silver. Look at that. Year after year, it just grows and grows and grows. Why is it allowed to grow, and who controls it? JP Morgan holds it as the custodian. A handful of bullion banks are the owners of it, supposedly, but it's not necessarily kosher. Because this is supposed to be, according to Jeff Curry at Goldman Sachs, these positions are held by ETFs and are all hedged by these bullion bankers. They love playing shell games. It's a criminal occupation. Here's what happens when those shell games go wrong. So all this silver in New York, there are claims on it, probably multiple claims on each ounce. And that is being seen right now. John Adams, breaking news, scandal at the Perth Mint. My battle with the Perth Mint goes back 10 years. It appears that the Perth Mint has run out of Perth Mint 1,000-ounce silver bars and 1,000-ounce silver bars backing their pool allocated product are silver bars from China. John Adams, a economist down there in Australia, I've just received a message from a Perth Mint client. This morning, his client converted from pool allocated to allocated, was forced to take 15 Chinese refined Han Guangqing 1,000-ounce bars. You better x-ray those. You better melt those down and recast them and make sure they are silver. First of all, it's come from China. Investors who have converted to allocated should check their bars. Absolutely, but the only way to check it, even x-rays don't work on the 1,000 ounces. You got to melt those down. So yeah, that's my advice. Don't buy a 1,000-ounce bar. You're just going to have to melt it down to figure out what's inside of it. But here's why I think it's really important. These Perth Mint 1,000-ounce bars, first of all, here's the list. Now, it hasn't been updated since October of 2020. But there's 6,795,000 ounces in their bar list of physical metal backing pooled allocated accounts. None of these are Chinese bars. They got the bar number. They got the silver cast. Look at all that. Those are all Perth Mint bars. Manufacturer, Perth Mint, NA. Well, maybe some of these. But you could tell by the interesting. Maybe it did come out of this. But here's the interesting thing. The most interesting thing to me is this. Macquarie, the big Australian bank. Look how much silver they have delivered in the last 2 months. Well, month and a half. Month and a little bit. 603 contracts and 637 contracts. How many is that? That's 6.2 million ounces of 1,000-ounce bars. Where is Macquarie located? Perth, Australia. Who's on the board of directors of the Perth Mint? Richard Hayes, we know. Formerly, he was CEO of Chief Financial Officer, which is important because that you need to be a CFO to understand how the accounting rigging game goes. And he was Secretary of Gold and West Refining Corporation, an ASX-listed company controlled by none other than M.N. Rothschild and Sons. In December 1999, Gold and West merged with Gold Corp, which is the treasury arm of the Perth Mint, refining and jewelry manufacturing, to become the joint venture AGR joint venture. So basically, the Rothschilds took over the Perth Mint back in 1998 and still control it to this day. No surprise. But here's the interesting thing. You go to their chairman, their directors, Liam Twigger, appointed in January 2016, just when they revamped their allocated pooled accounts. Has more than 30 years' experience in investment banking and corporate finance, including his role as managing director and founding principal of PCF Capital Group. Listen to this. He also had positions including senior vice president at Bankers Trust Australia, criminal bank by the way, and head of, drumroll please, Macquarie Bank in Western Australia, where he established the bullion and commodities division in Perth. So the director, Liam Twigger, brought his rigging shell game to the Rothschilds at the Perth Mint. Thank you, Liam, for showing how the bad guys play their games. It's all accounting shell games. It's all ridiculous. It's crazy. It is crazy. And just for a little side note, how's Macquarie doing in their silver and gold rigging book? Macquarie says commodities trading business sees sharp third quarter profit. This is for last year. Shares up nearly 8%. Australia's Macquarie Group said on Tuesday it expected to continue to benefit from market volatility that they cause in the short term, as it disclosed third quarter profit from its commodities trading and deal-making unit rose sharply, sending its shares up almost 8%. Now, third quarter for them, I think their fourth quarter is our first quarter. The Sydney-based firm, which derives close to 40% of its earning from commodities and global markets unit, said that the market dislocations had boosted trading and hedging activity by its growing client base. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, Perth Mint, by the way, if you have any allocated product at Perth Mint or unallocated, if you have anything, if Perth Mint is holding anything for you, get it out of there. Get it out of there ASAP. So, yes, Perth Mint runs the hedge book, or Macquarie runs the hedge book for the Perth Mint, and they are deep in trouble as they've just delivered 6.2 million ounces of their total 6.8 million ounces. At least back then. Who knows what it is now? My take is if they're delivering Chinese 1,000-ounce bars, they're in a little bit of trouble here. So I do not expect this. Now remember, all the metal pullback allocated is already spoken for. So if they're supplying metal into the COMEX, it's either somebody's taking delivery of it or these are completely naked allocated accounts, meaning the metal is not there to be delivered. So I would, again, you don't want any third-party risk right now. No third-party risk. All right. So yes, we know that the Perth Mint is attached to Macquarie, attached to the Rothschilds, attached to the rigging of gold and silver, and it's being exposed, which is lovely. Let's just talk about another silver rigger who said they were getting out of the rigging business. This is Credit Suisse, but look at, I think they're still playing. Look at that. Credit Suisse. Yeah, not much. Not a big book. They're out of the metal business. But what's going on with their derivative book? Credit Suisse takes a $4.7 billion hit in Archegos meltdown. Swiss banking giant slashes dividend and shuffles top executives. This stuff, meltdowns like this are going to happen more and more frequently. This is the derivative popper. Again, Bitcoin Ben and Cliff are on the thinking that, hey, we can get a smooth transition through this. Bitcoin Ben says the cryptos can do it. Cliff's, he didn't say, he's like questioning whether or not the Fed could do it. The Fed probably could, but does the Fed want to? I don't think so. I think the Fed wants to end the game. Who wins if the destruction of the old system takes place? The largest debtor nation in the world. Who is the largest debtor nation in the world? God bless America. If you add up all the debt of America and the obligations of America, it is the largest debtor nation in the history of history. And it controls the unbacked fiat monetary system. So as Greenspan says, it's not a problem because we can print as much money as we want. It's the value of that money. And if you can rig the gold and silver markets, nobody knows the value of that money. That's what's breaking down. That's why we've always said silver is the bank killer. Silver is the bank killer. Get your physical silver into your own possession. And if I am right, and the good guys in the Fed are going to take out the banking cabal, the U.S. can print money to destroy the banking cabal. That's a good time for America. Crazy time, but the largest problem in the world right now financially is debt. It's not even derivatives. It's debt. It's people's debt. Let's wipe that away and start fresh. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, stuff like this happens where Credit Suisse, just one of the investors, takes almost a $5 billion hit on a tiny firm that nobody heard of. Wait till Citadel goes down. Wait till some of the big monsters go down, and that just destroys the banking cabal. It was always the plan of Alan Greenspan from the 1970s and Arthur Burns, the head of the Fed, to blow this derivative bubble as big as possible, soaking up all the benefits, control it, until it is so big that when it does pop, it wipes out everything. And that's where we're headed. As far as cryptos, nice and strong. We don't want, it started to run. I'm like, no, don't run. We don't like it when it runs. Slow and steady wins the race. There will be another top in Bitcoin. We're not near it yet. I think it's going to be next year. So you're going to get this. And if you hodl, you too can say, I told you so. With my theta. Go theta, go theta, go theta, go. Okay, so it looks like we are on for Phoenix. It's the Friday I think it's the 7th. Let me check. I don't want to say the wrong date. Of May. The 7th of May in Phoenix, right outside of Phoenix. Not sure of the venue yet, but we are a go. I know Lisa and Clint. I think Clint's coming. I hope Clint's coming. Amy was going to reach out to those guys. Litecoin Lisa got kicked off her second channel. Crazy. Go to Patreon, join her Patreon channel to support her. They got it out for Litecoin Lisa because she loves Trump, basically. So go to Patreon and join her Patreon channel. She will be there talking freedom. Miss Jenny Moonstone will be in Phoenix. I need to get the double assurance that she's going to be there. Make sure she puts it in ink on her calendar. And a bunch of other people are going to be there. And we will have information on the site. It's probably going to start around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go till whenever. We're going to hopefully get like an indoor-outdoor site. It can get really freaking hot in Phoenix. And me being the white boy that I am, will get a little sunburned. That's okay. We're going to be singing songs. I will be playing the Theta Girl song, and it will be done by then. So I have a month to finish that baby up. It's a really fun song, and Theta should be absolutely rocking by then. Don't forget the chart on the private road. Don't forget the chart. I'm going to show you the chart real quick. I think I'm going to show you the chart real quick. Yep. This is my price speculation graph. Right in here. Look at this. Explosive right at the end of April. So we should be into some gigantic run into May. This is the 10x move for Theta. Puts it into the $888.88 category by the end of the year, or actually by the first quarter of next year. Yes, it is trading at $11 right now, $11.50 or something. Yes, Theta is absolutely necessary for the internet to work in the future. It doesn't matter what the bad guys do. It doesn't matter if they attack the Theta wallet. Theta will be implemented. Both the good guys and the bad guys want it to happen, and it didn't ICO. So it is clear sailing come the end of April, beginning of May. That's this pink thing. That's right in here. Boom. That's when we'll be in Phoenix. So take your calendar, make it available for Friday from 2 to whenever. It's going to be a party. We're going to have discussions and a lot of meet and greet stuff. Maybe we'll get Jenny to do some readings for us in front of everybody, or personal readings. Sign up today. Oh, go to jennymoonstone.com and book your reading, by the way. And yeah, she's on fire with her hollow chain pick. The second elemental, let's see where that is these days. 2.22 cents. She was talking about it when it was 1 penny, so it has doubled. Pretty crazy. I think it went up to like, just recently, it almost hit 3. Yeah, look at that. Did it hit 3? It did. It hit 3 cents. That's crazy. It's good though. It's a long-term play for Hollow. So this pullback, you guys should be happy. It's a pullback. All right, that's all I got for you. Go to roadtoruta.com. Join the private Road today. Get access to everything I talk about on the Road to Ruta, including the Theta page, which tells you how to instructions on how to buy it, store it, and stake it. I do not give personal consultations on this. You gotta. It's all there on that page, but you gotta read it and you gotta suffer through. And those of you, again, with this wallet issue on Theta, the display is not showing your the amount of Theta in your wallet. Just go to the Explorer, take your VPN off when you do this. The VPN, I guess, disguises and helps disguise where your location is. That seems to be causing some havoc. Snippy just talked about that this morning, so check that out. They'll work it out. They'll figure it all out. And that's where we are. You guys have a wonderful day. It's Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. I'll talk to you later.
All right, it's time to have a little fun with our friends on the comics. This song goes out to that big old gigantic naked short out there. You know who you are. It's kind of lonely at the top, ain't it? I thought I heard the people say, pay me my silver now. Tomorrow's another trading day. But pay me my silver now. Watching the comics prices rise. Pay me my silver now. JP Morgan naked shorts the highs. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. CFTC, you better shut it down. Pay me my silver now. There's people rising up in every town. Pay me my silver now. The Gatta boys are in the know. Pay me my silver now. Tinfoil hats at the silver show. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. Butler nails you every time you try. Pay me my silver now. The BPS shows how much you lie. Pay me my silver now. The game is done when the silver's gone. Pay me my silver now. Comex metal in the warehouse, none. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. The banking boys melt that witch. Pay me my silver now. Deliver those bars and melt that bitch. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. 'Cause now is the time to free our land. Pay me my silver now. Silver in my pocket, paper in the can. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.